So 6 p.m. calling to order the meeting of the Police Commission. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Edgar, second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, and the agenda is very short, the chief's report, and we have Lieutenant Rico with us tonight. Thank you very much for taking the time to.
Thank you guys for having me.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Okay, we need to approve the minutes
Oh, this
from
is-
the last one.
So moved.
The Police Commission meeting minutes, everybody got them? Anybody have any changes to that? No? Do we have? Okay, I call the vote. People?
Aye.
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 Very good. Any announcements for the Police Commission?
Well, you'll be talking about conversations with
Yeah.
cops.
I have the announcements.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so this month's conversation with the police is gonna take place right here in the lobby where we do it at the police station. Thursday, December 18th at 12 p.m.
The 18th?
Thursday, December 18th at 12 p.m. right here in the, we usually do it in the lobby. You know, we might bring it into here. We'll play it by ear, but
Okay.
it's here. An update on the anonymous tip line. Not really an update, just want to remind people again that they can do it either via email or text to police tip line at newpaltzny.org, or they can continue to call the 255-1357. Option number 3. Chief Sutton did reach out to the SUNY New Paltz president's office, and he actually had them, instead of just disseminating the information and the flyer about the tip line to a few groups, they disseminated it to everyone. So they sent the email out to all students and all staff.
Great.
Great.
And apparently also, based on our social media posting regarding the tip line,
Mhm.
I guess a local radio station heard about it and they broadcasted on the radio
Cool.
about our
Good.
tip line as well.
Very good. Kind of a public service announcement, I guess.
Yeah, they took it upon themselves to broadcast it, and somehow the chief became aware, and I think it's great that they did that.
Great.
Yeah.
What is the procedure with a tip? Someone calls the number and the number is which number that they call?
The 845-255-1357, and it's gonna be option number 3.
So they leave a memo like.
Yeah, they would leave a voicemail,
Right.
and they can remain anonymous, or they can give their information.
That's an extension for a detective, correct?
Yes. So they would listen to the voicemail, and, you know, and they would go from there based on whether the person wanted to remain anonymous, or, you know, if they wanted to call back, and based on the information, we would just, I guess, just decide how we needed to move forward.
Is there a form that the detective would have to fill out?
I'm not aware of that right now. I can definitely ask the chief about that and to actually have a form. But that is a question for the chief that I will ask him. He'll get back to you with that one.
And then once you have the tip, what kind of happens with that?
Well, it all depends on what the tip is. I guess based on the severity of it, whether it's something that the detective division would handle, or if it's something that we could possibly just send officers out to handle. It all depends on what it is. As far as documentation for that, you know, if it's something that turns into a call, obviously we document all that. But as far as the form, I'm going to find out about that for you.
And then you might want to add that, would that be part of the report possibly?
I will put that in the notes. Form for the tip line when someone calls. And then part of monthly report.
The number of calls?
Yeah. And how many?
Well, at least the
people
number
that-
of calls or
how many
Yeah.
were
maybe the
followed?
nature of it or something.
Okay.
It could be,
Categorizing them, you know?
it could be about anything, right? So,
Right. Well, let's see what comes in, then you create
Yeah.
categories to see what people are concerned about. That will be helpful for board members.
Yeah, that's definitely something I can ask the chief. And he'll get back to you with the answers to that.
So is the line for just general calls, or is it for people with information with respect to a crime? Because I mean, if somebody's calling in with an anonymous tip.
Right. Sometimes it might
for a
not be.
crime,
Right.
I don't think we want to be putting that information
well, you wouldn't put this.
out there. I mean,
Oh, as far as the information that would be available to you, I'm sure that whether it's a crime and the details would remain, especially for
Okay.
open investigations.
right.
Right.
But as far as people can call and not just have to, report a crimes, they could report suspicious activity or things that eventually could lead to a
Or
crime. But-
incidents of bias.
Exactly. Anything like that is concerning to any member of the community, whether it's crime or not, something that makes people feel unsafe.
Yeah.
And we will
No, I
address
was
it.
just
Yeah.
thinking about if it's reporting a crime.
Yeah, obviously,
That's investigation,
obviously, as
yeah.
being part of the monthly report, I doubt it will go into details about, hey, somebody called about X crime committed against such a person, but.
Right.
Usually that would go to the dispatcher or something when they call them. Like I see a break-in happening, they wouldn't call it tip line, they want somebody to go and do something. like
Yeah,
that.
they would call it immediately.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. I mean, usually a tip line is
Something's already
for a
happened,
call.
But
It's
the
for-
arrangement
it's-
is goes through detective phone extensions directly to 57.
yeah. Good
Right.
tip line,
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you just made me think of that, speaking of the tip line. I know on our Facebook page, which hasn't happened in a while, but people, at least for anybody that's watching, this is great because people would send us messages
Oh,
about, hey, there's a party going on such and such street right now. And
2 hours.
right, and our Facebook page is not monitored 24/7. So it's kind of one of those things, I might have seen it a day later. I
Right.
said, hey, we're not monitored 24/7. Here's the number to call for emergencies that need immediate attention, but we don't really engage much in that. I just want to remind people that.
But I imagine that the Facebook page has a phone number on it where people can call directly.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Facebook page has all the information about the police department.
Are you looking it up?
no. I'm not on Facebook.
I'm about to look it up, but as long as the sort of static image says, we do not monitor this 24/7 in an emergency, call this number.
Mhm.
That would be great.
Honestly, it's a good idea. I can do another update. I feel like I've done it in the past, but I can
Okay.
always send out a nice friendly reminder.
So I had some questions on the report just because I didn't understand some terminology.
I didn't
Which
either. That
The
was
chief explained. I didn't know what exceptional meant when a case was closed or reviewed, and he explained
wanna
that.
wait
He hasn't given the report yet.
Oh,
We're just
He was
doing
just giving
announcements.
an.
okay.
Wait, but before we get off the tip line, well, never mind. I guess he sent it out. There was the gentleman who asked for that was from a specific, he was from the EOP program in, at SUNY New Paltz.
Mhm.
And so it would be nice to reach out to them specifically and ask if they.
Make sure, like, hey, did you get it? Did you open up your
And even
emails?
maybe if they want one of you to come and talk to the students about it, because that program has a number of students who have been affected by issues in the town and who might benefit from a different kind of outreach to say, hey, we're here,
Absolutely.
and this is how it works in, a setting where they're all there and you're all there.
Now, you
Equal
had discussed this
opportunity
you had discussed this with the chief, so he's aware of the specialty groups that have requested this?
I don't know. I mean, you both were here when the guy said it, but I don't know if he remembers.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Equal Opportunity Program is the name of the program.
So I'm gonna reach out to the specific groups and, advise them personally that, hey, about the tip line.
Yeah.
You got it.
Cool. Any more announcements?
So that's all I have for announcements.
Is there anyone here for public input for the police commission?
All right.
Input is public. So if you have anything new, we have something we'd like to, okay. This is your chance. All right, if you change your mind, we're here until the end of this session, so would you like to then give us the chief's report?
So the monthly report. So for the month of November, we had 2 commendations. First commendation was for officers Marsh and Fazio. They received a thank you from the Institute of Family Health, just to thank the officers for their compassion and kindness when they were dealing with a patient at the Institute for Family Health. The second commendation was regarding Chief Sutton. He received a thank you via phone call from a resident who was representing the Women in Black for showing care for the community and providing extra patrols for the events on the weekends or on Saturdays when they're out in front of the library. Those are the 2 that we have. For defensive action reports, we don't have any. incidents for the month of November. We did hire, Richard Farrow as one of our new full-time police officers. Richard Farrow, he was a officer in other departments, but he's working here with us full-time. He's still in his field training right now, but he should
He's
be.
the one that came from, Plattekill, he was doing part-time. Plattekill.
Yep, Plattekill.
The tall kid.
Yeah, the tall kid. He worked part-time in Plattekill. I think he's been a cop for a year or two.
Yeah.
And
When was that appointment made?
At the last meeting.
At the last meeting?
So we interviewed him.
We interviewed him when we interviewed, Robert Ferry, but then the opening didn't occur, and then another opening occurred.
so he should be finishing his field training shortly, and then he'll be solo soon. As far as equipment, with vehicles, 342, our patrol vehicle was involved in a minor accident. The officer was responding to an emergency call, and she grazed the guardrail, requiring a little bit of damage on the bumper, which was fixed. The new 338 patrol vehicle, we just received that last week. That was ordered in January. We just received it. It's in our parking lot. So we picked it up from the upfitter. They're the ones that puts all the cages and all the mounts and everything in. And now we're in the process of Nycomco is installing the radios, and then we're gonna have Axon they're gonna be installing the camera systems and all that. So that should be up and ready to go. Hopefully in about a week, somewhere around there, if I had to guess. I ordered in January. I know. Yeah. There's a large demand. The only other thing that I have is that during the month of November, we conducted 32 hours of bicycle and ATV patrols on the rail trail and the River to Ridge.
Dang.
Yes, in the cold weather. Yeah, so our officers were bundled up. They were bundled up on both the ATV, and we do have more patrols coming up, obviously weather depending. And they have received a real positive response from the people on the rail trail, like, oh my God, it's great to see you guys out here. So that's always nice to have, especially since we have the officers that are certified, and when we can, we try to put them on those patrols.
So when did we start doing that? That wasn't a regular thing? Or at least reporting it, we haven't heard before.
Right, the bike patrol is kind of newish,
Yeah.
because somebody had to get trained on it.
Yeah, so it's been a while since we've had somebody certified, because you actually have to be certified. You can't just jump on a bike. Anyone can jump on a bike. You have to be certified to do it. And we only had one officer recently that was certified, and he's in the detective division. They don't go out on the road. So over the past year or so, we had another officer certified on the bicycle patrol, and then one of our lateral transfers, another officer, he was already bike certified, and they both love being on the bike. So, I mean, this was just last month. Also, the month before, they were on the bike quite a bit.
Was that Farrell who was?
No, Stenta.
Oh.
Stenta's
I remember
already
asking
yeah.
one of them, can you ride a bike?
Yeah, Stenta and Fazio. So Fazio just maybe about a year ago, got certified on the bicycle. And then Stenta was already certified.
Great.
So Fazio rode quite a bit over the past few months, and Stenta's taken over.
We had a couple years ago, right? There were a couple.
Yeah, I mean,
people
there wasn't Duke.
Yeah.
Duke Bunce, Scott Shafford, Phil Kraus, but they're all retired now.
The ATV thing is kind of neat, right?
So the ATV, I was actually, I think, myself and Detective Kraus were, I think, the only two certified to ride the ATV. So over the past year, we've now certified Officer Bachnick and Officer Fazio. They both expressed interest. We sent them through the class. So now they're certified.
How many ATVs do we have?
We just have one.
One.
We use it mostly for parades.
Yeah.
But it's great for the rail trails.
Oh, it's great for the rail trail.
You know, you fit.
Because the ATV also we have a trunk in the back. We have our medical equipment. We have, all sorts of things like that.
Yeah.
It actually even has an extra seat. God forbid somebody were to be injured on the rail trail that an ambulance couldn't get there and, injured, not to the point where they had to be on a stretcher, but we can, sit them in the back and, stuff like that.
Is there,
We don't provide rides, but, for an extreme situation.
is there a scheduled period that you're there, or is it random?
For the ATV, it's
for the
random.
patrol.
It's honestly, if we have enough officers to cover the road and somebody is certified, so it's kind of, Jupiter has to be aligned with
Yeah.
Mars, one of those situations.
Yeah.
Then we will throw either a bicycle certified officer on a bicycle or an ATV certified, and people love it. People actually really, really love it.
They
And
do.
actually, when I was on the rail trail, I loved it too.
Yeah.
Just to see the people, it's nice to see them, especially when you go far out, like when you're going towards the Springtown Road Bridge where, it's kind of out there.
Yeah.
It's comforting for
And
people.
beyond.
Yeah, it's comforting for people out there to see police officer.
Yeah.
Who was the other one? Botnick and someone else just?
Fazio.
So now when cold is one thing, but snow and ice is another thing. Neither of these I don't think the bike has snow tires, does it?
No,
The
no.
ATV would be fine and stuff.
It
Yeah.
depends on the hills and stuff.
There's no hills on the rail trail.
Oh,
I
yes.
know. Good
There's a
point.
few.
But, it does get icy and people, there are
River
no.
Ridge?
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
big
that's-
one.
We do both River to Bridge and rail trail.
River to River is not rail trail, though.
Oh, well, I think
But I
all of
hear
it's
you,
real.
but they.
Yeah, yes. And
You
honestly,
do those?
we go all the way from Dressels on the rail trail, all the way out to the Springtown Road Bridge.
Mhm.
So
So you don't do River to Ridge?
we do.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
you
do.
do,
We do
okay,
That's how you get there. You gotta keep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Very good. Do you go down Henry W?
Well, yeah, it's the way we have to get there. Because we do store it, we have it stored here. So the officer will just start it up here and go down to the rail trail, and then from there they'll go.
On
either
that
direction.
wide.
On that wide, on the wide road.
Cool.
We stay on the path.
You probably don't have an answer for this, and usually there's, in a report, there's for discharge of weapon, right?
Mhm.
So, there was a deer down, like, at Joe's, couple of 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago,
Mhm.
officer was there. I guess they didn't dispatch the deer.
Okay.
I'm asking.
I,
'cause if
I'm
there's
not
no-
familiar, I'm not familiar with the call.
There's no report, yeah.
Yeah, if
so-
there's no report, then they didn't.
Okay,
There's also considerations to take when there's an injured animal in the village, when you think about the proximity of houses and how
yeah, it was
safe would it
right,
be to discharge a firearm in the village where there's a lot
right,
of
it was at Joe's, it was between ShopRite
Right.
and Duncan.
So yeah, I'm not saying that it couldn't happen,
There was a buck, no, he was,
Oh,
I'm
on
going,
You hit him.
no, I didn't.
but.
But he was off to this, it was a buck, and he was off to the side, and there was a patrol car there, so he clearly was injured, because he was just sitting there.
I know we had a couple that I feel like we might have had a couple over the past month, but they
Yeah,
were like on Plutarch Road and.
Yeah, no,
things like
this
that.
was-
I'm not familiar with one on.
yeah, this was right on 299
Yeah.
at Joe's, so, yeah, they're deer that
Yeah,
run
yeah.
across there,
Oh, all the time.
and they run across Henry W.
They
Sure.
run down Harrington, they're everywhere.
They come right over to Village Arms and eat my mom's tulips. So
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, so, you don't know.
So that's all I have for you.
So now
As far
Kitty
as the
had
report.
some questions or,
Yes.
this exceptional, what's exceptional?
Right, as I was reading the detective's report, I believe it was, I noticed that most of the cases, now I've got to find it.
It was which were open, which were closed. and-
Yeah.
Oh, so there's closed by arrest and then there's closed exceptional?
Right.
Closed, exceptional, all exceptional, except for the 3 that are open/closed. And so I didn't know what the word exceptional meant.
It's kind of just the catch-all for any of the cases that is not closed by an arrest. And that could be a crime that had been committed and we have exhausted all leads.
Right.
Anybody that was possibly a suspect, anybody that we possibly could have ID'd through video or anything like that.
Mhm.
So it gets to a point where you've exhausted all leads, so you close the case, and that could be the closed exceptional. Now, that's not to say that the case can't be reopened. Once it's closed, it absolutely can be reopened.
Mhm.
Let's say new evidence comes to light a month or 2 later, or even a year later.
That fingerprint. Was that a closed case?
don't
I
know.
can't hear you.
The fingerprint,
They found the fingerprint a year later.
Oh,
Oh, no, that was still an open case because now it was still an open case because we were still waiting for the fingerprint submission to come back from.
Okay.
So it wasn't, we were still waiting for that to come back
Okay, so you had
from the
been-
state. Yeah, so it wasn't like, hey, it came back from the state. That would have been like, hey, if that was our last piece of evidence
Mhm.
and it came back from the state and says, yes, there was no match. Then that would have been closed exceptional because we've exhausted all leads.
Okay.
But who knows if 3 years from now that person's fingerprint is in the database and it matches, we open the case back up.
Cool. That's, okay. Interesting.
So it's kind of the catch-all for anything that's not closed by an arrest.
you respond every time the rescue squad is
Yes.
called. So how do you handle that in here? How do those
It's not
calls
open.
get counted or?
I think it's assist, New Paltz Rescue.
Service calls, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
assist, and I think it comes up as assist, and then when the officer signs off, it'll say assisted New Paltz Rescue Squad on this medical, I assisted with whatever they do. If they do anything medically, we have a form that they have to fill out. You know, if they put hands on a person, whether it's like giving oxygen or provide any sort of medical help, CPR. Otherwise, you know, it's more of just we are there for in case rescue does need any assistance. And typically our response time, not typically, most of the time, our response time is a lot quicker. Not saying that rescue is not quick, because we are spoiled in this community with a great response time.
yeah,
But if an officer shows up in a case where we are, you know, basically medically trained, where we can start, whether it's CPR, that's why, another reason why we go to medical calls
okay,
for assisting. And there's been plenty of calls where there's nothing the police officer can do, but we assist rescue, whether it's getting a disabled person up off the floor and into the couch or something like that. So there's lots of reasons for us to be there,
okay.
but it goes in it as an assist.
I was gonna ask you something. Well, so just for the rest of you to know that, this was the point in time where they needed to do, an audit of the evidence room.
Mhm.
And so Randall and I went through and Randall, he just showed me on his phone, all those ones that were unresolved are now resolved. So there were some that for whatever reason, looking through the boxes, we weren't sure exactly what we were looking for, or somehow we found them. So they found every single one of the, what was it, 4 items?
4 items, yeah.
Where were they? What shelf?
Exactly where they were supposed to be, but as far as a liquor bottle, we were looking for a liquor bottle. It was actually wrapped in a brown paper bag, which we wouldn't, you know what I mean? We were thinking that we are gonna find a liquor
Which is
bottle in
how
a
you
clear
drink
plastic
it.
bag. Yes.
Which is how you drink it if you're drinking it illegally.
Well, that was interesting to see, all the different kinds of things that are kept and how long they're kept. We were looking at things from 2019 all the way up to 2025. They're identified, they've got tags, they're written in, you know, they're in the computer, they're logged in. So just seeing the whole procedure of how evidence is handled and how long it's kept, it's pretty amazing.
So it's a self-audit, it's what you do for yourselves, not like someone.
Well, it's part of the accreditation process as well. So it's whenever, like, we have a new detective that's signed on that is gonna be the evidence room technician.
Mhm.
So we have to do a full audit for that
Mhm.
whenever we have a new one. But besides that, we have to do a certain amount a year
Mhm.
based on the accreditation standards. And it's a certain amount of items that we have to do where you print it out and like, let's go find this
So
stuff.
check them out.
But stuff
So
is
it
constantly
is-
getting turned over. That's why we have to do it so often.
But nobody from the state comes, you all do it yourselves.
The ones that I haven't been involved in, nobody from the state has come in. I do believe, and please don't misquote me, I believe that the state might get involved in one of them soon. I'm not sure.
Don't they do one for the
Yeah,
accreditation?
I believe that
right?
there is one
They
for
have
the
to do one for the
accreditation.
So they
accreditation.
probably every so often follow up.
Yeah,
So this one is one that we witnessed
Mhm.
and, yeah, so someone external watched and saw how the procedure went.
But that's part of your internal controls all the time
absolutely.
anyway.
Checks and balances and
Yeah,
internal controls, accreditation, making sure that, you know, integrity of the evidence room is, you know, is kept. So it's
Mm.
constantly checking, rechecking, just because
And it has the
stuff
bin
gets
situated.
destroyed periodically. So it's like, you know, stuff is in, stuff is out, stuff is in, stuff is out. So
well, I can tell you, it was a lot
a lot of stuff in there.
it's a lot of stuff, but it was a lot better to do than when we were doing it before the accreditation.
Thank God for computers.
Right,
Barcodes and scanners. and-
right.
Yeah.
There, none of that. And we had a list and we would just sit through each
Yeah.
one of those things and we would just randomly.
Yeah.
So this, the computer randomly picked things.
Yeah. So when we put in for 100 item audit,
Then
and
it spits
press the
out.
button and the computer randomly generates 100 items in our evidence room and we have to go find it.
So then it says the shelf number, then it says, you know, a case number and item number what? Like of one case, I think it was item number 15. So that case had lots and lots of
And it
stuff.
could have had more than 15 items in
Yeah.
that one case. Yeah.
So, and some of it's got ones, whatever. But anyway, it all matches up to the,
We didn't find the middle finger.
no,
We did.
Did you find the
It
middle
was a
finger?
fingerprint. It wasn't a full
Oh.
hand.
We were looking for First, we were hoping we were looking.
So you all need to get better at describing those things when you put it, because we thought there was like a dead
Fingerprint
finger.
for the right hand, middle finger.
And then we went to what, a sponge
Yeah, we thought it was like
Yeah.
one of those things they have in
football game?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so that's what happened. So anything else on the chief's report or any other questions?
Questions?
Sure.
I need your help, because the minutes weren't clear from the last police commission.
Okay,
We had a discussion with the chief, asking him for, and this, I need the help of the board, asking for a report on, and here's what I guess it was probably, on the, during the past year, the number of officers that we've had.
right.
I forget how we described it.
We wanted to know how many officers had left the force in the last, I guess it was
I think
12
it was
months.
like 12 months or a
Yeah.
year. And I'm wondering if he gave you any
He did.
update.
That I don't know.
Yeah, it's in the report.
Oh, I thought it was by email.
Yes. I thought it was in the report.
Well, I did see it. I thought I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was just the names. Did we ask for other information besides the names?
Yeah, and
Dates?
I thought we were gonna get it as a separate document, you know. So apparently it might be in the report. I don't.
It was an email. I saw it as an email.
It's an email.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
It went to all of us. It was just I don't know, in the last week.
Here. It's in the report,
Can you report also?
December 1st.
That I'm not familiar with.
At the previous town board as police commission meeting, the board requested I provide a list of the members that have resigned from the police department in the preceding 12 months. And there are 4 names.
Is it just resigned?
It says,
Yeah. Well, that's what we asked, how many left, right?
Yeah, but that's,
He didn't fire anybody, they all resigned.
that's part of the question that I had. And since
It
I was
says
reading for the email, I overlooked that, as important as
Oh,
it
well,
is.
it's in the report.
Maybe that's my
It's in
mistake.
there.
I knew I read it.
Yeah, and the report came to us by email.
Oh,
so
that's how.
It's both.
Okay, so Edgar, did you want us,
No, let me
Look at it
that more
first, yeah.
carefully.
okay. Okay, any more questions while the lieutenant's here?
Well, we got 30 minutes, so you can't leave. Otherwise, we're gonna have to sit here.
No way.
I mean,
We can all take a break.
We can adjourn the meeting
We could.
Yeah, so let's do that. I move we adjourn the police commission meeting.
Maybe, the executive session that we had planned for the end of the evening, maybe we should do it right now, since we have the time.
Let's first adjourn.
Let's adjourn this meeting then. So let's adjourn.
Okay.
we
Okay,
can.
so
Oh,
second,
yes.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. 7:04, I'm calling
Did you see the?
this meeting to order. We're gonna start with public hearings. Do I have a motion do I have it? Do I-
So moved.
Second.
to open the public hearing for affordable housing local law definitions?
Second.
Oh.
Okay, Rosanna, did you get that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay, so I think we have Susan?
So, tonight what we're asking to have done is an approval of definitions of some categories of affordable housing and some, so I added them to what we had previously put forth and which had been approved by the town board. But just for clarity, the lawyer, the town lawyer felt that we should have these definitions and I'll just name the categories, and if someone wants to get a definition from me, that would be fine. I want to speak loud enough so everyone can hear.
Susan,
Mhm.
I think if you stand there, the owl can see you and they can see you. Does that work?
Is that better?
Let's say something. Oh,
Affordable housing.
It's not good. Okay, try to,
The owl could see her.
No, it'll,
go ahead.
I'd rather not see me.
There it is.
you're there.
Okay, is this good then? This is
Yeah.
okay. Okay. The categories are affordable housing and affordable, what we mean by that. Family neighborhood, a household, low-income household, market rate housing, mixed use development, moderate income housing, and student housing. So when people look at that site in the, impulse law, they will know that what those things mean.
Susan, would you like to tell us how these line up with maybe the county's
They
definition?
match the county's definition. So I'm the chair of the Housing Smart Community Initiative, and we've been working on this for a while, I would say 8 or 9 months. And we have been trying to fine tune our town of New Paltz section so that it's reflective of the times and the kinds of projects we think could be done. Is there any other question?
You know me. I'm telling you, it does not exceed 30% of the gross monthly income of an income qualified household. And that's based on the AMI, right? Because 30% is generally what a bank wants to look for when you go to buy a house and a mortgage. So, but we're talking of 30% of the AMI for somebody who's low to moderate income. Is that? Okay.
It's considered fairly low. Maybe if you're talking about a single person, it would be 25,000 or less, and it could be considerably less depending on what the source of funding for the project is and a number of other factors. There's no simple, straightforward projects.
Right.
They're always complicated.
Right.
Yeah. Anyone else? Okay. Anybody? Ben? No? Okay. I'm hoping that, on to other parts, we have lots of work to do. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you for doing this.
Thanks. Do you know how often the county's AMI is adjusted? Is that adjusted annually?
It's at least yearly.
Yearly, okay.
Okay, very good. We will keep this public hearing open till the end of this meeting,
Why?
just in case, just because we have been doing that. In case someone thinks of
Just have to
something they
remember
want
to
to throw
close
in
it.
there, we're gonna be,
We just have to remember to actually close.
I know, I mean,
We've
it's
got
only
three of
until
them.
we get, just until we move to this thing, okay? All right, the next public hearing we have is the purchase of the conservation easement for the $1 Million Farm. And I think we have one person sign up for that. Okay.
Hi, my name is Jake Wiedemeyer. I'm the Executive Director of the Ulster County Soil and Water Conservation District.
oh,
This is our first foray assisting with purchase of development rights for conservation easements. This has been a very inclusive effort with the town of New Paltz Soil and Water Conservation District, as well as assistance from the Orange County Land Trust. And we finally got the final appraisal this afternoon, and I'm here to support Mary's effort. She did have surgery recently. And so I'm, if you have any questions, I can answer them, but Mary's vision as a legacy, she's been on the farm for 40 years, is to keep it intact as a working farm. That's her legacy. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else for $1 Million Farm? Okay, so we'll just leave that one open too. And then the next one we have, this is a public hearing that's actually been open since February. This has to do with weight restrictions on Henry W. So is there anyone here has a question or wants to speak on that? Okay, so we'll just, since it's been open all this time, we'll just leave it open for a few minutes more.
I would suggest that you,
We'll get to the agenda.
is it in here?
They all are, but they're at the end and we'll move them up. How's that?
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
No, all I just wanted to, what I'm saying is, we mentioned the weight limit of Henry W. I mean, what is the recommended, what are we recommending or what, you know what I mean?
okay, so let's go back. So it turns out everybody knows Henry W. and it's kind of a jigsaw Frankenstein of a put togethers. So portions of it that are under the jurisdiction of the village have already got weight restriction, 2.5 tons or 5,000 pounds. But the portion that was under the town did not. And this meant that someone could come on from North Putt onto Henry W. and not realize that they had gotten into a weight restricted area. So we just want to make it consistent, and that was the whole idea. Okay.
Mary's here.
Hello.
Hi.
Mary, hi.
Oh, hello.
Nice to see you.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Good thing we kept the hearing open so she can be here for the
Right.
big moment.
Well, so we have the public hearing open. Mary, is there anything you'd like to say about your property and the conservation easement?
I just thought it was a good thing for the town to have part of the history of New Paltz. I mean, the town is dated before 1780, and the rest of the house was 1845. And I'm sure it was about 500 acres, and it's been chopped up the whole time. It's really a beautiful farm. Got beautiful soil, and I think it's something that New Paltz should have. I mean, any farmer would be very happy to have veggies. That's what they used to grow on the farm. So I think it would be a nice thing for people to realize how this town was started and not have everything all chopped up.
Very good.
And I've wanted to do this for a long time, so finally I have an opportunity to do it.
Well, we're very happy that you've come to that decision. So
I'm
thank you.
glad you are. I mean, I have tombstones from like 1813. So there's a lot of history behind it.
Cool. Okay. Okay. Rosanna, that's Mary Hire. You didn't get the name.
Got it. Should be on him.
Were you here for the public hearing? Would you like to say anything?
What do you think to say about the farm?
No, at the moment.
Well, they would like to hear about us having the development rights.
All the developing,
Yeah.
right back, well, that's why we were doing this.
All of them.
Mary Ellen thought it was a good idea to, go for this because for the future, there will be development on the land. And, you know, and also not to have the farm split up after we go do it. So that's, so it'll stay as a farm,
Okay.
you know, for the future.
And it was great organic, because that's what we did.
Yeah,
We hadn't used anything on it, for the town. I mean, it's great for veggies. I've got
That's good.
pictures from 1900 when they were digging out potatoes in the back. So
Wow.
I think it's just a great thing.
It's always so nice to hear from the landowners. Thank you. Thank you for being here. It's always so nice to hear from the landowners. So thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay.
I've been working with Mary for over 20 years and we've done a lot of conservation work. She's been very proactive with cover crops and taking care of the soil, and we installed a riparian buffer, and she's a very good partner in conservation for over 20 years.
Wonderful.
Great.
So tomorrow night in Rosendale, there's a movie called The Nature of Nature, which was written, filmed, produced, directed by Laura Heady and other people from the Hudson River Estuary Program. And they talk about the importance of protecting every piece of green there is. So we are very grateful to you for protecting your piece of green for our whole community.
I'm very happy you're interested. I really am. So I've been on the farm now 40 years.
Thank you.
It's been a while, but I loved it. We have a pair of eagles on the farm,
Oh, wow.
so we have a lot going on.
Okay, so we're gonna stop doing public hearing now, and we're actually gonna call to order the town board meeting. It is about 7:15-ish. And I need a motion to do that.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. And please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag, of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
do things a lot.
Okay, who
What?
would like to
You
do
make
our,
things a lot.
Yeah,
who would like to do our acknowledgements?
I'll do it.
Thank you, Randall.
Get it over. The town of New Paltz humbly acknowledges that we are on the traditional lands of the Muncie Sopus and Lenape people. The Indian Removal Act of 1830 forced the people to relocate to inhospitable territory far from the bountiful valley and mountains we inhabit today. The town further acknowledges that much of the physical structure of our town and village was built by enslaved Africans who labored as the property of their owners until 1827 on this very land. We acknowledge the contributions, resilience, and accomplishments of the BIPOC community who have overcome historic injustice to inform our past and inspire our future. Please visit the resource library on our website to learn more. We encourage residents and visitors to learn more about the contributions and sacrifices made by Indigenous people and enslaved Africans by visiting the sites.
Thank you.
Okay, approval of agenda. Let's move a few things around and I need to add something.
And
So,
I'd like to add something also.
okay, all right, so I'd like to move, items 17, 18, and 19 up. These are all have to do with the public hearings. So we will move those up right after announcements and,
Right after what?
right after announcements and the, what do you call it? The consent agenda. How's that? Okay, and then I need to add an item, which is to, authorize the payment of a $5,000 deposit to Lighthouse Solar as a prepay. This is a contract we've already approved. I'd just like to get it as a prepay. Any other additions?
Yes, the DePaul Town, board and government and the town in general is at a major crossroads, and that we have a new government coming in, something unusual, that out of 5 positions, 4 will be brand new. At the beginning of the November meeting, I asked the board that we should have a discussion about the transition from the old government, from us, to the new government. And we happen to have the new supervisor also here. And I thought that it would be important for us to help with the transition from one government to another. We received from the current mayor and the elected town supervisor a long list of the types of things that would help with the transition. It's a lot of information that's being requested. I would like to offer myself to help out in the office to try and obtain this information. This is very comprehensive, the documentation and records and information that the new administration feels that they need in order to have the best possible transition in this unusual situation where there's only one of us here that will be the continuity to the new government that will start at the beginning of January. And I had asked that we discuss this. Now we have a formal request, and I'm wondering what our disposition will be regarding this, how we can help you do this task, which is it includes a request for all kinds of personnel, finance information, administrative information. There's a list with maybe just I bet you 35, 40 items on it in order to the idea is that they feel they need this information in order to have the best possible transition in this unusual situation that we have.
So what's your request for the agenda?
Well, the agenda is, I'm making a motion that we discuss that at the board, and I'm wondering if somebody will second that so that we can talk about it.
Second.
You're asking to amend the agenda.
Yeah, I'm asking to amend the agenda to
have a
discuss the
discussion.
transition.
Second.
Any other?
Can we add it early on?
I think you have to call the vote.
Well,
I'll call the vote, and then I'm asking that it be
Let
done
people
earlier
think
in the
that
agenda,
items
if possible.
they haven't-
We just moved some things to the beginning, and I think that would be a good idea early on this evening.
well, I mean, I don't take issue with the transition discussion, but I'm not sure what we're going to discuss. I would assume Tim and crew would come to the office and you would make yourself available to do what is necessary. Is there,
What do we do at this meeting?
yeah, I don't think discussing it at this
Today.
meeting is
Well-
gonna be
I mean,
helpful.
Amanda has already said that she would be available. I volunteered to help with some of it. But what I'm interested in, if we're gonna talk about transition, is who's gonna, rotate into our liaisons and those kinds of things. I don't know that we need to talk about that here tonight, but.
No, that would
Isn't
be,
that
that
reorg?
piece would be for the new board.
Right.
Right.
But I would like, if it's transition, it's transition, right? So I just want to give a heads up to the new colleagues who will be sitting here with me, that your committee, your committee, your committee, and your committee will all need new liaisons.
Well,
Okay.
hopefully that,
Given. I
yeah,
feel like that's a
The
given.
reorg.
And I
Well-
agree with you that obviously we talk about some transition things, but some transition things are not for us to decide, so
Right.
they can't be
Well,
discussed.
and hopefully Tim will sit with his new board members and gauge interest so that those people can indicate what their interest might be for filling those
Including yourself
positions.
with
Yeah.
And-
institutional knowledge on certain committees.
Well, I'm glad to have Tim here now, because I don't think we want to wait until the reorg meeting. Have you got a date for that in January? It's usually the first Thursday, which is New Year's. Have you had a chance to think
It
about?
won't be this one because that's New Year's Day.
All right,
It'll have to be the following.
have you had a chance to think about
Sure.
what day?
Oh, I'm not announcing the date here.
Right, but he has to
Okay.
have.
Okay, so
Well,
let's just cut this
wait,
right now.
this is important to me, that,
Well,
if
Kitty.
we're talking about transition, that you just give our new board the heads up as soon as possible. Look at our committees and see where they want to be, so that we're ready in January. Great.
All right, so
Amanda, do you need any particular resources that we need to
No.
authorize, hiring
thank-
personnel,
no, thank you.
volunteers to help
No,
you with
it's
this
not that good.
immense task of all these?
No.
Whoever is doing vouchers with me on Thursday, next,
Not Thursday.
in 2 weeks, tons of that information is in those vouchers, like
Well,
who has cell phones and who has telephones, all that stuff. When we sign the vouchers, all those names.
Well, I saw your
Right there.
note and that I've done the vouchers and the vouchers don't answer the kinds of comprehensive questions.
Okay, can
That'd
we
be
stop
enough
this
for those.
discussion right now? Are we going to amend this agenda to have this discussion?
Well, we already had the discussion. That's why
Feels like
it's
we're
kind of
having it.
ridiculous that we didn't
Yeah.
just call the vote and say, yes, have the
Okay.
discussion, because we already had it. It's like,
Can we consider this the discussion?
So
yeah.
we're done.
Okay.
I just want to say that I myself, as the longest standing board member at this moment on this particular board, this is my 4th year, happy to have served New Paltz, and I am open to anything I can help you with, Tim, or any of the incoming people. I'm happy to do that in any way I can. And
Likewise,
Amanda, if
That's the main
something
thing.
comes up that you feel like you're willing to let people help you
I
with, I'm
think-
happy to
I
help you with
think
that.
all of the board members would feel that they would be happy to work with their incoming counterparts to explain anything that they have questions about. I think
I
that should
hope
be,
so.
that should be no question, right? Okay, all right. So are we approving the agenda as amended?
yes.
Motion?
Was there a motion made?
yes,
Yes.
All right,
So all in favor?
aye.
Aye.
with the amendments that we talked about.
We just did it.
Right.
Well,
So
do you want
announcements?
to discuss that more?
No,
Okay.
I'm saying just so that the minutes reflect that the
had a
items were moved
discussion.
on the, and added, and that there was an added, item on transition.
Which we just had. Okay,
Right.
announcements. Okay, let's see. Be sure to check out local resources on the Town of New Paltz website for food pantries. We're still supporting the folks who have been hurt by some of the decisions that are made at the national level and just in general. There's the New Paltz food pantries and meal programs. There's Ulster County resources. Those are links. There's Together at the Table free community meals, 6 p.m. every Tuesday in December at the Town Community Center. Be the Change New Paltz Community Food Drive. There is now a special drop box near the book drop at the LT Memorial Library's parking lot. You can place your donations in this box until December 15th. And it is locked at night so that it doesn't go away. Upcoming, let's see. So sad note, the Holiday Hoopla Parade has been canceled. due to circumstances beyond our control. But there will still be on December 6th, right, coming up from 2 to 4 at LT Memorial Library, an event called Merriment and More. I think there's hot chocolate and stuff like that, some storytelling and maybe some arts and crafts. And then the Winter Carnival, December 13th from 12 to 3 at Historic Huguenot Street. We currently have the following board committee openings for volunteers: the Planning Board, 2 alternates, the Historic Preservation Commission, 1 primary. Those are posted. If you're interested, please send letter of interest and a resume to the assistant at townofnewpaltzny.gov.
Can it just, it strikes me, this item about, board committees opening for volunteers. It will go beyond the 2 that we listed here. It's not just the planning board, it's the police commission, and it just goes.
Right
on.
now.
No,
for
I'm
this-
wondering if we should, announce, and let's say for the next board meeting.
It's not our job, Edgar.
But it's a way of, the reality is, for example, the police commission will change.
That's right. That will happen and it will happen. It's not our job to
That
do
the
it.
need for volunteers will go beyond these 2,
Well, right now, the police commission is the town board.
but. that might
So-
change.
That's
So
up
the
to
new
the-
administration will
They'll have to
do
decide
what's
how they want to do
necessary
it.
to
We can't try to
either
do their. job.
reinstate it or keep it for
Well,
themselves
I
for
will,
now.
I will announce that, my term as on the recreation committee, on the bicycle pedestrian committee, there will be a vacancy.
Okay, we're
for
not,
that.
stop, please, sir, please.
Well,
You can stay on as a volunteer.
But not as a liaison, right?
Not as a liaison,
Right.
but you
So
can
that's-
always volunteer.
They will
Well,
make their
then.
own decisions, Edgar. We don't need to tell them that right now. That's for you can't
Right.
overstep into the next administration. They need to do their jobs and we need to not try to do it for them. That's not fair to them.
And I would
They
say
will-
Tim has reached out to me on things and I've
Okay.
responded to him. I appeared at meetings, so I'm not sure. I mean, I've been involved in federal transitions. So I would presume at some point the outgoing supervisor and the incoming supervisor will sit down, break bread, talk about things that will need to be carried through, and Tim will ask the questions that are important to him as he decides what his administration is going to be, and if there is something any of us can do,
Okay.
Right.
we will help if asked.
And if,
Good,
if a
thank you.
new incoming board member comes to you and says, what was it like being on the recreation committee? You can tell them. So they might say, oh, I
Okay,
don't know what to
yeah.
expect, but we can't do that right now. We don't have any openings right now. Okay. The DEP has scheduled it is happening. The Catskill Aqueduct shutdown is ongoing. It started December 1st, so we'll go through the 16th. It's not the cause of lack of water. That's some other projects that are happening in that. But we do want people to remember that there is, municipal water is now, kind of on special restrictions. So don't go crazy. Nobody's washing their cars and doing stuff like that right now. This is to support, capital design project and construction. And so the DEP says they appreciate our support and patience as they continue to work on that.
But is it affecting the water supply or the quality of the water
No.
supply? Okay,
I mean, the water supply, the capacity, it's not like, this is not the time to flush out the hydrants or, do
Right.
crazy stuff like that. But everybody knows about it. The village is managing it. It does affect some of our town
Right.
water customers, but only in that, fortunately, it's not the time of year where people are watering grass and washing their cars and filling swimming pools and stuff like that. So, okay. We did, however, the town, received a notice of violation from the Ulster County Health Department concerning municipally supplied water. Between October 1st of 24 and September 30th of 25, the level of two things, total haloacetic acid and total trihalomethanes were above the specifications. The one was, the accepted level was 0.060 milligrams per liter of total haloacetic, and we were at 0.101. And then the total trihalomethanes, the limit is 0.080 and we were 0.081 milligrams per liter. These are byproducts of the chlorination treatment of the water. And we will be getting a letter that the Department of Health is sending us explaining it and what, how it can be handled and all that we will be giving to all our town municipal customers. I assume the village probably also has received a letter like this as well. The town of New Paltz is collecting donations for Ulster County Toys for Tots program at the clerk's office through December 8th. So that's coming right up. New and unwrapped toys can be dropped off there. Any other announcements? Does anyone else have announcements?
The Margaret Ray Lewis Center is having our annual Kwanzaa community celebration on December 27th at Redeemer Lutheran Church. It starts at 1 p.m. You can register at mwlcenter.org.
Register. Okay, thank you. Anybody else? No? Okay, is there any public input that didn't have anything to do with the public hearings? Yes.
You just have agenda item number 11, where you're transferring staff from the Justice Court to Finance, and you include the person's hourly rate, and then it says plus water and sewer stipend.
Mhm.
You would ordinarily have to disclose that amount.
It varies. It varies. It's a combination of all the different districts and it varies.
Okay, my understanding is like when there's compensation involved, you have to include a dollar.
Okay, thank you. That's number 11. Number 11. Oh, I see what it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's the one that the three of them get,
Yeah, okay. Okay, any other public input? Okay, we're gonna real quick do the consent agenda so that we can get into our three items. I need a motion to approve and authorize items 1A and 1B.
so moved.
Second? I'll second it. Discussion? All in favor? Thank you. Okay, 17, let's do the easy ones first.
I would suggest that before we go into that we close all public hearings before us. Affordable housing, law and local definitions, public hearing for purchase of the CE for $1 Million Farm, and the public hearing for weight limit on Henry W. Du Bois.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, unless there's sort of something they wanted to say before right now.
No, it's done.
Okay, so the authorization for the public for the affordable housing one is real quick.
I move that we adopt the new definitions
So we're
Second.
adopting the law.
and move it, well, we're
It's-
amending the law.
It's the law as it now stands.
Okay.
Okay,
Second.
on favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Thank you, done.
Thank you, Susan, for coming back
Oh, wait.
again.
I think, Rosanna, do you need to do roll call on this one?
I don't believe you have to, but we can.
Let's do it because it's a local law. Okay,
Supervisor Amanda Gatto,
are we doing present, or are we doing, voting?
you can just vote.
Okay, aye.
Councilmember Randall Leverett,
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Kitty Brown,
Aye.
Councilmember Essie Lewis,
Aye.
and Councilmember Edgar Rodriguez.
Aye.
Thank you.
I'll have questions, you know that, right?
Okay.
You're gonna
Thank you,
end up on
Susan.
the committee.
I doubt it.
Okay. All right, the next one is for the,
Release for $1 Million Farm, so moved.
Well, let's have a little more ceremony.
well, we're going to move to adopt it. So we have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second, Essie.
Any more discussion about it? All
I
in
think it's
favor?
great. Aye.
That we are gonna now do the resolution. We just voted to bring it forward. So the whereas determines the right of development rights for $1 Million Farm is in the best interest of the town, and conservation is a natural agricultural area is the highest and best use for the property. The value of the easement is based on a full certified appraisal. Whereas additional funds are needed to complete legal review, the survey, and a baseline data report. And whereas any unexpended funds will be returned to the CPF fund. Be it resolved that the advisory board recommends the town board authorize the use of the community preservation fund in the amount of $300,000 for the purchase of the conservation easement, plus additional $20,250 for the ancillary fees, bringing the total to $320,250. Okay, Rosanna, would you call the vote, please?
Supervisor Amanda Gatto,
Aye.
Councilmember Randall Leverett,
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Kitty Brown,
Aye.
Councilmember Essie Lewis,
Aye.
Councilmember Edgar Rodriguez.
Aye.
Thank you. Oh, yes, Jake?
My question.
Yes, sir.
And also, the district's gonna get reimbursed for the appraisal costs.
I'm sorry, what?
We paid for the appraisal,
Yeah.
so we're supposed to get reimbursed for that as well. I think 22,750 is for the surveying only.
I think there's, we budgeted for that reimbursement.
Okay,
It was in an earlier.
Yeah, I think we paid for that already.
great. Oh, we didn't get reimbursed yet. I didn't.
Well,
That's with you guys, right? You guys handle that.
We wrote checks. I don't know. Okay. All right, very good. So, okay. the
Also,
next-
Amanda,
Yes,
do you want to approve signing the control point contract since you're talking about $1 Million Farm?
sure, why not? Which item is that?
That's number,
That is
14.
Okay, the control point is doing the survey for $1 Million Farm. It's a very complex one because it's an older piece of property that hasn't been surveyed in a while. And so we signed a contract with them, so we need to retroactively approve that.
So moved.
Second? I'll second it. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. Okay. So that should take care of that. Okay, now Humpo Marshland. Okay, this one's an interesting one. So we need to sign a contract between the town, OSI, and Walker Valley Land Trust that we are, it is a, don't tell me you did that. Okay.
Which item are you on? Number one?
819.
Okay.
So this one's got a lot of parts. So here's the first part. This is the proposed grant of the conservation easement. So whereas the Open Space Land Trust is a qualified organization for the purpose of conserving and preserving unique natural resources, and whereas they are authorized to hold conservation easements under conservation law, and whereas the Wallkill Valley Land Trust is is a qualified organization which exists for the purpose of conserving and preserving unique natural resources, and is a tax-exempt organization dedicated to preservation of natural, scenic, and historic lands. And whereas the Institute seeks to acquire ownership in fee simple of certain real property on Route 299 that is approximately 84 acres, and it's located in the Wallkill River Valley, and development and use for all purposes permitted by law would have significant adverse effect on the environmental quality of the river, Wallkill River and Wallkill Valley. So the Institute and the town of New Paltz desire to ensure that this property be protected in perpetuity for the benefit of the public and future generations. So we're entering into an agreement for the acquisition by Wallkill Valley Land Trust on behalf of a conservation easement from the town of a conservation easement from the Institute. It's kind of complicated, but everybody who's here knows what we're talking about. Okay. So the Institute and the town intend to allow the Institute to convey the conservation easement to the land trust through the use of funds acquired under the New Paltz Conservation Preservation Project Plan. Everybody got that? So now therefore it be resolved that the supervisor of the town of New Paltz is authorized to execute and acknowledge on behalf of the town a purchase and sale agreement for the acquisition by the land trust of the conservation easement. And we, however, will have a continuing right to enforcement of the conservation easement in the name of the town to preserve and protect the property's valuable resources. Resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign on behalf of the town other such and further instruments as are necessary to give full force and effect to the purposes and intents of this resolution. This resolution is subject to permissive referendum and will not be final until the passage of 30 days from the date thereof, or after an election if there is a subject of a petition in connection with the resolution.
Is there any amount of money that,
Yes. This one is,
Again, though, it's coming from the Community Preservation Fund.
it's?
Right,
with
but-
Can't say that often enough.
And we decide
the
on.
purchase price was $826,500. And then there's also a separate amount of $10,000 that will go to the conservation holder, which is Wallkill Valley Land Trust.
So that encumbrance, how much will be left in that fund,
Oh, there's over $2 million in the fund.
including the $1 million fund, which
Well-
is 300 and 800?
So,
Okay,
no, I mean, that's what's in it, and then we'll start to take it out, yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, so does anybody? So we need to call the vote. Rosanna, would you like to call the vote? Wait,
Supervisor,
Did you make a motion?
Yes, we
You
did,
made the motion.
yeah.
Who seconded it?
Rosanna, who made the
There's-
motion and who seconded?
there's no motion yet.
Okay,
So moved.
Second.
okay. So now I have to say, oh,
No, you don't.
now we just vote on it,
just-
okay. Okay, you want to call the vote, Rosanna?
Supervisor Amanda Gatto,
Aye.
Councilmember Randall Everett,
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Kitty Brown,
Aye.
Councilmember Essie Lewis,
Aye.
and Councilmember Edgar Rodriguez.
Aye,
Okay, very good. So what's going to happen here is that tonight, because we have two of the three principles for this agreement here, is we will sign copies, Christie, if you'd like to come up. We're going to sign,
Did
It's
you
one
bring a
document.
special pen?
yeah, we have,
Blood.
oh, I like your chicken sweater. Okay. We have 3 copies of one document that need 3 signatures. So OSI is the first one, I'm the second one, you're the third one. Do you see it on the last page?
I do.
Okay. What we will do is.
No parking.
Then we'll get this to OSI tomorrow. When did you get this? Oh, I didn't write the other part in. Oh, mine's already typed in.
Yours already typed in. I got more writing to.
Oh. I don't know why they didn't do this.
Maybe they were hoping somebody else would come sign it.
Do we have to do another public hearing?
There's another part that happens. It's very complicated, folks. We need to set a public hearing for the. Is that your third one?
Mhm.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chrissy.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you guys very much.
Okay, so there's this other part to this, which is the deed. Oh, shoot, what's all this? So we need to set a public hearing. I make a motion to set the public hearing for the deed, which is actually which is another part of this complicated thing. There's yet another document. And so I'm making a motion. And we'll
Second.
set it for the December 18th. On favor, any discussion? On favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. December 18th. All right, good. We can go back to our
regularly scheduled programming.
I think that's what else. Maybe.
No parking.
Okay, this is the video conferencing policy discussion.
So thank you, all of
Thank you
you,
all.
conservation easement people. What a
Congratulations.
lot of organizing you had to do.
It's been a lot of work for everybody.
Okay,
Okay,
Okay, video conferencing policy. This has only come up because it's kind of out of date because we did this ban on stuff because of the Zoom bombing. And so, where is it? Okay, here it is right here. So we can do this now, or we can just do this later. I just thought it would be important because it's out of date.
well, my comment on it is this board has one meeting left.
Yeah.
Whatever the video conferencing policy
Yeah.
will be
Could
be
up to somebody
determined
else.
by Tim and his administration, and I don't think we need to tie people's hands with what we're thinking about right now when we've got one meeting left. So I think we just,
So shall we, okay. I move that we discuss the video conference. Can I have a second? Okay, now we're having discussion. Okay, so Essie seconded it, so now we can have a discussion. Go ahead.
I just said what I just don't think it's,
But for the sake of the public out there, what's the controversy?
Well, because it says that anyone can be allowed to attend by Zoom, and we've decided that's doesn't work for us.
well, because Zoom won't let us, right?
No, Zoom's not the problem.
YouTube
YouTube won't,
broadcast.
that's all, that's taken care of. That's all over. That we have YouTube doing it now. We have it under a different name.
Right.
But we decided here that because when we get a name of someone from the public and we don't know who they are, we are at risk. So that's because of the Zoom bombing. We said we're no longer letting the public participate by Zoom. Only members of this board or someone that we have invited, specifically a consultant or someone that we know, but not the general public wanting to participate. That's contrary to this policy, that's all. And this is not just a policy, this is a law.
well, first, that was conceived due to COVID.
Right.
Under public access law, our obligation is to broadcast our meetings and activities, and we do not have to allow people to participate via video conference, period. There is no discussion. It is at our discretion that we do that. Continuing to do so opens us up to nefarious activities happening, which lead to porn bombing and everything else.
So,
And we don't have to, our obligation under state law is to broadcast our proceedings. And participation can be done via public. It's not a convenience for people to be able to do that and then jeopardize our ability to broadcast if we don't have the mechanisms in place to prevent porn bombs and all of that other stuff that goes on.
so I dissented from that vote. I still continue to dissent from that. In my mind, it became past practice that was very good for the community. And any issues that might surface, like you pointed out, there are ways of dealing with them. I think that in new polls, the participation of the public and the kind of two-way communication is critical for democracy. And in the times that we live in right now, I think it's urgent that the next board have a more, let's say, open policy in terms of community participation by whatever form, whatever difficulties can be addressed. And there are agencies that have confronted these difficulties, like you said, the bombing, meaning the porno bombing that we experienced. There are ways to handle that. Okay, so I just to make it clear to the public that not everyone at this table agrees with that policy.
And I also, I feel two ways. I definitely agree that accessibility and the most accessibility that we can have is very important. There are people who can't and should not be walking on this street at night to come and be in a meeting that could benefit from having participated on Zoom. And, for other reasons, people who are just unable to be here, it makes it much easier for people to participate with their local government when we have that. And we do have ways that we can consider so that it does make it safe, so that we don't get Zoom bombed or whatever, but we can't let people's nefarious activities keep our residents who put us in this office, at least as me, put me here in this office to represent their.
I get that.
Their needs. And
We don't need to debate.
and
Stay
the
there.
other thing
We need
is,
to come back.
I do think we should leave it as it is and let this new board who has been elected by the people make the decision.
Which is what I said at the,
That's what I
at the
said.
jump.
So
But the other point I want
I thought
to
we were
make
done.
is, no, we're not, because the other point I want to make is your justification or the justification for open participation and access by people, when things happen, it shuts down our ability to broadcast to everyone.
It doesn't have
But
to.
only briefly.
Okay, so there's just two things about what's currently in the policy that the new board might want to consider. One is that anytime that a board member decides to participate remotely, then we've seen this happen in the past, that we have to provide an opportunity for them to view via video, and members of the public must be able to participate. It says right here, where public comment or participation is authorized. So like a public hearing, members of the public must be able to participate in the proceedings via video in real time. So that's one part that we have concern about. The other part is that when a board member decides to participate remotely, we put out a statement that video conferencing will be used to hold the meeting, the exact location from which every member of the public body is participating, and a statement that the public has the opportunity to attend, listen, and observe at any location for which a member of this body is participating. So that's, Julie used to do this, you'd have to be at the library and whatever. It's just, that's one of the things that's part of the
But
policy.
unfortunately, maybe because of that policy, and I'm still not sure why, at a previous meeting in which I could not be present, I could not participate because the technology did not work for me, and I was left out of the meeting. I think that if we had had a more liberal policy, that might not have happened.
I don't know how the policy affects the technology, but I'm just saying, we've decided that this is not gonna be ours, so let's just end it right now. Okay, end of discussions. Very good.
So this stands, and anybody who wants to change it next year, they can.
It needs to be changed because it's not being followed right now by any of
Not all.
us.
That's what I said.
Wonderful.
Okay,
Amy?
okay, next item,
The number, please,
3. 3, authorization to approve a resolution that the town board of the town of New Paltz, boy, you've got a lot of options. We're authorizing Kyle W. Barnett Esquire of the law firm of Vandewater and Vandewater to negotiate a settlement on the 2025 assessment in accordance with the consent order and judgment, to sign documents as necessary to effectuate the settlement. This has got to do with an assessment of a piece of
of
property.
one particular property.
Yeah, one particular piece. And it shows it right there. In 2025, the original assessment was 817,000. It was grieved, it came to the review, it's been discussed, and this is the settlement, 783,000. So their assessment is reduced by 34,000, which means their property tax is
So
good.
just, what was the process? Did it go to a court?
It
And,
went to a
Arbitrator?
arbitrator.
Really?
and the arbitrator, said settled or made a recommendation?
They agreed, everyone involved agreed that this was appropriate.
So JP Morgan Chase Bank said that the town's assessment was too high, right? And so they went to arbitration and
What
And
kind
they
of- was it
negotiated
residential?
a settlement.
it's a bank.
The bank, okay.
It's a-
They negotiated this settlement. This is what's been negotiated by Vanderwater and Vanderwater representing the town.
Mm.
And the applicant, the person, the entity and their attorneys agreed on this settlement. So we have to approve this settlement. It was
So
negotiated.
does it have an impact on other assessments that people can, challenge based on
They
on that?
always can and they do.
So the settlement, basically, they came down $34,000 from the original
Right, I
assessment.
see the numbers there.
So,
Any property owner can challenge their assessment.
I understand that, but I'm wondering if this in particular commercial, might affect maybe a basis for others. I think it would become.
I'm more concerned that
Already
it's
fucked it.
appropriate for this year, and then what happens in the next following years? Will they expect it to be the same, or, you know, it's just for this year? But that's what they've agreed.
well, it is what it is.
So the JP Morgan Chase Bank has received a reduction from the original assessed value that they were charged was 817,000. The settlement is 783,000. So they got their taxes reduced by $34,000. And that's what we, and it,
Well, I raised concern about that it becomes a basis for others to appeal. I have to say that there was an error in my assessment of over $100,000. And it was really, still can't explain it. It was over $100,000 and it was corrected. It was a very unusual situation that I had of a house that had burned and they thought there was a house still there.
oh, I remember
You
that
remember?
came up as a
Exactly.
big issue that
It was more
that
than
you were
100.
claiming it was unoccupied and other
Right.
people were saying there's a house and you were saying
Yeah,
there's no house.
and the house had burned and the building inspector had to go out once
Right.
again to view that there's no house there and therefore the assessment was brought down to something more reasonable, just in the land base.
That's the way the process should work.
Okay, so here's what's important about this one. They were reaching back to 2020 and saying they've had the same assessment since 2020. And they wanted it changed for all those years, and they agreed, part of the settlement, they agreed it would be changed for this year. And they would withdraw,
Good night.
Good night.
they would withdraw the requests to make it retroactive.
Oh, okay, so that's
So that-
part of the settlement.
Yeah, that was part of the settlement. Okay, so are we calling the vote? Any more discussion? All in favor?
There's no motion. There's no motion.
Thought we had a motion.
Nope.
So moved.
Second, I did, okay.
Now call the vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. Okay, I move that we approve the medical rates for 2026 as shown in this chart. Do I have a second?
Second.
You want to, any discussion about the medical rates? They are monthly, by the way.
It's not like we have a choice, right?
Well, there are.
They tell,
So there are multiple possibilities that an employee can choose. A new one is United Healthcare. So they can use MVP, they can use NISHIP, or now they have United Healthcare as an option.
no, what I'm saying is we don't have any choice as to what the rates are. The
Not
insurance,
in-
right, the insurance company says, this is it. These are your choices.
What's important to know about this is
And
that
these are
open,
monthly rates
these are
here.
monthly rates, open enrollment starts tomorrow, and they have 2 weeks to make their decision.
Okay.
And did I see somewhere there was United,
Yep, it's
Yeah,
been added.
United Healthcare, it's actually the cheapest.
oh, okay. Oh, MVP and United.
And NISHIP. They always had NISHIP?
Yeah,
Yep.
oh yeah, that's the state one.
No, you're missing one.
I call the question.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yep, it's kind of related, so let's jump over to number 7.
Listen, so.
This is authorizing to add them as a plan option, which is kind of silly because we just voted on it.
So moved.
Second? Any discussion?
Call the
All in
question.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now let's go back to number, what are we at now? 5. Okay, authorization, I move that we increase the adopted 2025 budget for unanticipated revenue as follows. Do I have a second?
Second,
Do you want to discuss it?
it's money that came in that we didn't know we were gonna get, right?
Right, there was insurance money from a police vehicle repair. So the money comes in, it goes into the police because they still had to pay for it.
Okay,
Okay.
call a question.
The other one is from the youth. They got donations. This is the one we already approved, that pool table. This is to authorize moving the money from the donations to the youth center. All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay, I move that we modify the adopted budget as follows. You see it down below. We're moving money from the A fund into another A fund, one for the police and one for the rec committee. That 16,500 is the training that's happening next week.
yep,
Which the
Doing
Undoing
racism.
racism.
And then 5,000 was for the rec committee community center for the charge point,
Do you know how many people are participating?
35? 35.
35.
That's the max.
That's as many spots as they
All
have.
from within the town government.
No, there's
No.
some from the village, there's some from the rescue squad, there's some from SUNY, there's from the police department.
Okay.
Was the school district invited?
I don't know,
No,
but
it's too late now.
they shouldn't have been because they didn't pay taxes. They have to do their, they should know about it, but yeah.
well, those
Well,
that they pay
SUNY
their,
Newport's then shouldn't either.
fee, right?
Under that theory.
There's a fee, $450.
yeah,
Okay,
okay,
so all in favor?
aye,
Okay, we did 7, 8. Okay, this is because of our town personnel policy. When a holiday such as the first of the year or Christmas falls on a Thursday, our policy says that, of course, that day is a holiday, but so is the Friday immediately after it. So that's what's happening this year. January 1st, New Year's Day is a holiday, and January 2nd, per town policy, will also have to be a holiday. So I move that we establish those 2 dates,
So second.
okay?
call a question.
No,
Do you have a question?
So that means that the new government really starts on January the 3rd.
Right.
Do you know when the serving in occurs and all that?
It's the first, isn't it?
Well, no, we're closed, so it'll be the
We're
3rd,
closed, the first and second,
second.
so.
the 3rd.
So it's actually the 5th.
Swear in beforehand,
Yeah.
and then legally, once the clock strikes midnight, then you're in office.
So you do it on the 31st.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Okay, now the next part of
No,
this
but before you
is,
go on,
oh, sorry.
I'm sure you're not gonna like my comment, but our last meeting is the 18th.
Mhm.
Is there any activity, symbolism, goodbye with the old government, welcome new government, or meeting ends and we go home? Anything
usually how it works.
symbolically that we can do?
I mean, town hall is still open until the 31st.
Okay, but as a
still
town
business.
board, I mean, that'll be our last function.
It'll be our last meeting, yeah.
Right.
but we're
it is-
still in office until the 31st.
Right, I'm just saying symbolic.
Well, I mean, more than symbolism, it is an opportunity for us to thank all of the committees and
Okay.
communities that we've been working with all this time. So I mean, we should
And
certainly
wait.
allow a few minutes for some
Right.
sort of.
Something.
So Edgar, are you offering to buy drinks at the bar after?
I don't drink.
Oh,
but,
okay.
I'll-
All right, mocktail.
I juice, I
Apple
can take
juice?
you, I can take you to a juice bar.
Okay, a juice bar, okay.
I just want to give everyone a heads up that 18th is also the Lenape and I think it's just maybe Lenape and Luzine, but there's a chorus thing that I will obviously have to attend
There's a
for my
school
kids.
thing.
I really think that, I mean, this is probably for the next board coming on, but I think that we need to have a better relationship with the school district because we have many events. They almost always have their events on the Thursday that is a town board meeting. So there are
Wow.
several times when I have had to come late because that's an easy decision for me that my child is my first job. And so, but it also means that parents can't participate. Right. And so we want to make our government something that parents can participate in and just letting the school district understand when ours are so they can, so
Yeah.
there's to the best of our ability. Obviously,
Do our-
what they do, we cannot control.
Do our meetings have to be on a Thursday?
Do you know how
I mean,
hard it
that's-
is to
that
find
part
a
is
place, Randall?
We've been doing all my 4 years. It has been the first and third Thursday.
Because all the places you can have meetings, there's already spoken for, taken
Yeah,
up.
that part is hard,
Yeah.
but, and I know it's difficult for scheduling and all, but it is an issue for working for
But
parents.
it's a good idea for the schools to
Just for people
realize.
to be aware of.
Yeah, I mean, our calendars are very public, so.
I would
Okay.
think they would do it on a Friday, but why Thursday?
Should we,
People on Fridays to themselves, I guess. or-
should we invite all the new elected people to our last meeting?
So can we just
Yeah,
keep going
well-
through our agenda here? They can come
Well,
anytime.
it's part of our
Okay.
agenda.
I move that we move the payroll date from January 1st to December 31st due to the New Year's Day holiday so that we can process everything.
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now this gets back to our other one. We closed that public hearing. I move we adopt the local law restricting the weight limit on Henry W. to 2.5 tons or 5,000 pounds to be consistent with those.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, this is authorization. I move that we transfer Jen Matera from Justice Clerk to Finance Account Clerk position effective December 15th at the rate of $24.64 plus the water and sewer stipends that occur every month. This poor woman has been through it. You know,
You explained it once to me again, the water and sewer stipend, well,
because they process the bills. The finance department is the one who processes the bills. So they print the bills, they generate the bills, they print the bills, they stuff them in the envelope. I have to do that.
like the first time I thought it was part of the salary. Yeah, discount on the water and sewer.
Oh, no,
That-
no, it's not that at all.
No, it's basically the water district is paying them
Okay.
for
Got it.
Sending the
that
bill.
so that they don't have to hire somebody
Right,
to
I
do.
got it now.
Yeah, that's what that stipend is for. The water, it's not the entire town, it's just those people in the
So
water
it's just a
district.
plus that,
Well, it's a piece of work they're doing,
right.
so somebody has to do it.
Yeah,
Okay, so yes, it'd be really great to get Jen over. We thought we had her back in August and then civil service things, were confusing. So all in favor?
Wait, so the civil service thing got resolved?
She's left, the
Yeah.
list is closed
Yeah.
finally.
Oh.
The people that were on the list didn't, went.
Okay.
Yeah, I was so confused.
So
Okay.
just, we had a comment previously, a public comment about whether or not this is something that should be disclosed, the amount, and I know you said it varies, but is there any amount that we can share? Is there like a base amount that we can share and it varies depending on how much work, or is there nothing that can be shared?
Right now, I can't tell you. All in favor?
Do we have the official motion?
Yeah.
Aye.
Question, Randall?
no, I just wanted to, when you said you don't know or you can't say right now.
No, right now, those amounts are not at my fingertips, but I
Okay.
know that they're done every month and it's got to do with water and sewer funds and how much
How
they are. I
many,
don't know. It's like,
Well, I'm not, from looking at the bills, it's not an exorbitant amount of money.
Okay.
well, you can see it if you go.
Yeah,
if
I mean, when
look
you do
at-
the invoices,
If
you
you
know,
go look at the revenues and if you look at the expenditures, you'll see it in the budget. But how much it gets divided among how many people and all that, I'm not sure.
yeah, it's different. Each one is a different amount.
There's 4 water districts, there's 3 sewer districts, they each have a different amount.
But the stipend
It's like,
has different amount?
Each of those adding up adds to something. It's bits and pieces, so I don't know what the total has been. It's not a lot.
Okay.
Okay,
it's like less than $50.
oh, it's much less than that.
Yeah.
Okay, I move that we approve the seeker resolution and
Did we
setting.
do, we
approve that?
didn't do Jen. We haven't finished with Jen.
Okay, I thought we just
We
voted.
did vote?
Was
No,
that
I thought it was just,
record
We
the
said
vote?
You have to vote.
Oh,
Thank
all in favor?
Thank you.
thank you.
Aye.
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 Okay, I move we approve the seeker resolution and setting a public hearing for release of funds for ancillary costs, appraisal, survey, title search, and legal fees not to exceed 25,000 for transfer of the New York State Thruway property on 299. They have asked, they remember they're giving it to us, but we had to pay for the appraisal and the survey. Those are being done. They want the money. The title search and legal fees are still happening. The deed is it's something about the map and the survey aren't quite matching up, but anyway, it could happen any day, so. All in favor? Wait, I moved it, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, this is authorization to
Oh, Amanda,
prepay.
Amanda, hold on. When are you setting the public hearing for?
Oh,
Thank you.
okay, wait, and we have to do a seeker resolution too. Did we say, okay, so we are declaring ourselves lead agency. And we are saying it is a type 2. So that's the seeker. Did we have a resolution for that?
I did not see a resolution in the portal.
I mean, is this,
No, I don't believe it.
is,
Do we have to do it? Is that what you're
Well,
We don't have
yeah.
to do it as a resolution. We do have to declare ourselves lead agency and we do have to type it. I thought we had done that.
no, I understand. What I'm asking is we have one meeting left
Mhm.
and you're gonna try and shoehorn in
Sure.
a public hearing for
This money.
this
When-
money.
When it comes out of the CPF funds, we have to. It's restricted fund. We have to do it.
But do we have to do it on
No.
December 18th?
Right,
Yeah,
what,
because this thing is about to happen. As soon as the Attorney General releases the deed, we owe them the money. In fact, we owe them the money right now. You know how many people show up for the public hearing?
I know,
But we have to do it.
I understand that there is a timeline, so, what is the exact resolution, since we don't have it here?
it's
The
here.
resolution was seeker. We didn't do a resolution. We just declared ourselves lead agency and said it's a type 2.
Where am I seeing, why am I not?
I know
seeing-
it says approve a seeker resolution, but nobody put one in the package, so we are just,
Do you have it?
No, I just
Oh,
have item 12.
we need to set the public hearing.
do you want to make the motion?
I did.
You've made the motion to set the public hearing.
I made the motion to approve seeker and set the public hearing.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Hmm.
I move that we prepay Shealy Contracting $3,500 for completion of the roof project at the police department. This is to remove all of the, well, let me make the motion, somebody second it, and then we can have the discussion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay,
Just the discussion,
okay.
prepay?
Meaning we don't wait until the warrant. Next time we can pay them tomorrow. They've already done the work.
Oh, okay.
This
This
is the
was-
solar stuff?
This is doing, fixing the roof.
roofing,
We've already approved the contract for $7,000. We've already paid them $3,500 to start the work. They've now completed the work. So they took up all of the old fasteners and put in new ones with good grommets, so no leaking and all that stuff. So this is making me ready to put the solar panels. Any more discussion?
Call
All in
question.
favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. Everybody? Aye?
Aye.
Okay. We did 14 already. Okay, Civic Plus. I move we approve paying Civic Plus the following. $284.44 for giving us all New Paltz, Town of New Paltz, NY.gov websites.
Required by the law.
Yeah. And then paying them $7,094.55 for base migration of our website, including Audio Eye and Common Look. We can just, if we have a second, then we can discuss it.
Why was it Civic Plus? Why not a tech department?
It's different. Okay, so do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
So this is not our tech department.
Right,
This is the application that sits under the website,
Okay,
and the old one is gone.
right.
They're gone, so Civic Plus is gonna be the new one. And it also has this thing called Audio Eye. You're gonna love it. It will translate anything into anything.
Translate it into English?
Yeah.
That's what I get.
Yeah, so that's a really good, so we said, oh yeah, let's get that. And then Common Look is something about helping, it's actually a logistics thing that helps with the websites. That would be a plus for pretty much only people that post on it, like Karen and Rosanna.
But this is law, state law required.
If you go to our
Made the change.
website and you look at the very bottom, it says, powered by Civic Plus. At some point, I mean, I'm sorry that we have to pay them to migrate what is a fairly unfriendly website, but I guess we have to do that.
Call the question.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, we're to the liaison reports.
Oh, dear. I think I, that's mine.
See yours. The public access, they postponed their meeting. That was supposed to happen. It usually happens the first Monday of every month because of the snowstorm.
Mm.
People were getting ready for that, making a run on the grocery store.
Right.
So I believe that's going to happen next week.
To
And
next Monday?
next Monday, yeah, and then, my ZBA is, my last ZBA will be the following Monday.
Are they even having one?
I don't know until I see the documents.
Okay.
Historic preservation,
Mhm.
or do you have more to do?
No,
That's all I have.
I can't remember if I actually said in my written comments or not, but, historic preservation has a new, house that they want to have landmarked. They are working hard on preparations for the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, and, they have set a public hearing for the resolution of the nomination of the Dijou House as a local historic landmark. They had set it for November 18th. They didn't have a physical quorum, so that has been rescheduled and held open for Tuesday, December 16th. And they have requested that we begin interviews for a replacement for the vacancy created by Matt Maley as soon as possible.
So if we can look at that for the 18th if we get some.
Right.
Okay. All right. Any other liaison reports? Okay. So we did 17, 18, and 19, so I think that takes care of the agenda items unless, Rosanna, did we leave anything off?
You have to do the payment to Lighthouse Solar as a prepay.
Oh, yeah, I said to add that one. Okay, thanks.
Just the recreation committee didn't meet because of snow.
Oh.
Tuesday.
Okay. Okay, so I move that we authorize a prepay of $5,000 to Lighthouse Solar, which is the amount of deposit in the contract that we have approved. That we.
is this for the police department
This
station?
is solar on the police department.
Okay,
They have done a lot of work already.
so moved.
Okay, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Rosanna, I see something here about seeker. But was it for the local law? No, sure, no.
I could not find a resolution for seeker for the Thruway property.
Not for the throughway property. I thought I saw it for the weight restriction of all things.
Wow.
No, I can't find who that was.
Do we have to do seeker on that?
I can't believe it wasn't done already a long time ago.
We never had a resolution for seeker, even going back to January and February. And
So maybe we should do that, huh?
Well, we can't do it now.
Why not?
We already approved it.
I know, but we can still do seeker. We can still say we were the lead agency, and does it have any impact, environmental impact?
Good.
And then the document will come in
It is right here.
afterwards.
There it is.
Oh.
You know,
Well, why do you have it and we don't have it?
Because it wasn't put in our portal.
yeah, but I wrote it. Okay. All right, so this is a resolution classifying it, so declaring ourselves lead agency for amending the local law, amending the local law. So there is a local law that has weight restrictions on other parts of, roads in the town. And so this will just be added to it. So we are calling ourselves lead agency and calling it an unclassified action with a negative significance.
Declaration
Yeah,
or
neg deck.
neg deck.
So I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. So should we rescind the previous passage and then repass it now that
We
we've done
did it
this?
all at the same
Okay.
date. Okay, so now Rosanna's gonna call the roll call. I'm sorry, we should have done it that way. Okay,
Supervisor Mandicado,
Oh, before you do that, so while we're doing that, so that we're consistent, I would amend the agendas to make that document 12A,
yeah, they should have been together.
so that they're together.
Okay.
And so before we vote on that, now that you found it and we didn't have it in our stuff, I move that we make the seeker resolution 12A on the agenda.
it's really 10A because this is for the weight limit on Henry W.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. 10A.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
Second.
seeker for.
I mean, do I have to
for the-
second that,
Yeah,
agenda amendment, or can we just do that? Oh, what,
well, it's not, we don't have the document, so I think we should, I don't.
We do seeker, we don't need a resolution to do seeker, we
Okay.
can just do it. But I created it, I mean.
Well, I think we should put it in the agenda so that it's all there together, so that people aren't like lost. So I move that seeker resolution be added to the agenda as item 10A.
Okay,
is that a motion, or would we just do
move.
that?
I
Does it
move.
have to be a motion?
I don't know, but
let's just vote on it.
move, I
Okay.
move to make the seeker resolution.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I did have-
So
I have one of
exciting.
my tiny questions. That's only for the section of the town, right? And the
Yeah,
boys,
yeah, yeah,
Right, of Henry W. Du Bois,
and the village is what?
it already was.
because it's village.
So that's why we're
Now
trying to make it.
Same weight limit for both village and
Right.
town.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Cause that way you get a truck that's
Right.
over the limit and then they get to whatever point in the village and it's like, oh crap, I gotta turn around.
This way they shouldn't go on in the first place.
Right.
Right.
So that should stop some of that concern about big trucks. Okay. All right, so now where are we now? We declare ourselves.
We've done it, right?
Okay, Rosanna, do you care to do the roll call or can we just say we've done it?
It's up to you.
Do the roll call, Rosanna.
Supervisor Mandicado,
Aye.
Councilmember Randall Leverett,
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Kitty Brown,
Aye.
Councilmember S.E. Lewis,
Aye.
Councilmember Edgar Rodriguez.
Aye.
Great. Fine. Okay, is there anything else that we haven't done, Rosanna, that we need to do?
No. The last thing is executive session.
All right. Everything else is in good shape and you're good for your
Yes.
minutes?
Yes,
All right, good to know. And you're good for all the postings you have to do tomorrow?
yes.
Okay, excellent. All right, I move and go into executive session for the purpose of discussing work history of particular persons. I don't think there's actually pending litigation at this point.
A grievance?
Is that pending litigation? I guess. Okay, we'll call it that. Pending litigation. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Out of executive session, do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. With the following action being taken. We received a report from an independent investigator whose recommendation we do not agree with. We were seeking additional information. We also moved to not accept the grievance. Two different actions. You got that, Rosanna?
Got it.
Thank you, ma'am.
We have
You're
to
gonna
call the vote on the second one, or not?
No, we already
decided. Okay,
did it. Okay,
we have to vote in public on not accepting them, I believe.
Well, we took no action.
No, the grievance, we took an action. Okay, we move to not accept the grievance. I motion that we do not. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, good night.